Yes, well, hello friends, good evening. My name is Michael, and I'm grateful today to come here to discuss with you once again some business tips. Yes, some business tips. And in today's video, we are going to look at the 5 tips of 5 things you should know for actually thinking about setting up a business. It doesn't matter which size your business could be, but as long as you are willing to invest in money to get your hard cash and you start something, we refer to that as a business. So I want you to I want to take you through 5 major things you need to know before starting a business, no matter the size of the business. And today I got a lot of people main box asking me about the maize meal, maize meal business and machines. So basically, I would like to discuss a few things with those friends. A few things. A few things. So many people come and they ask only one thing: where can I get the machines from? How much are the machines? Those are obvious questions, and anyone can answer them. Anyone can answer that question. So there are some important things you need to know before thinking about any kind of business you want to start. It's not only looking at machines. There are a lot of other dynamics you need to look at before thinking about setting up, your small scale business. And among them, we want to look at choosing a business idea. What do you want to do? What do you want to do as a business? So you must ask yourself that question first. Which problem do you intend to solve in your community? And they always say in choosing a good business idea, you must look at the problem your community is facing. And that will definitely give you what to do, which business idea you must choose. You must be able to solve a problem somewhere, some people's problem. You don't just take it as an advantage, but through helping your community, you can survive. So basically, we are looking at identifying a problem in our community, which gap is there. Because if you identify a problem that other people haven't looked at, it reduces your competition. There's something we call you enjoy the monopoly powers. So monopoly powers means finding yourself as the only manufacturer maybe or the only supplier of a certain commodity in the market. And that makes you unique. And of course, you enjoy the monopoly power, so you can dictate and decide which kind of price you can put in the market, and you find yourself without competitors. So identifying a business idea that suits the problem you want to solve is a key consideration when it comes to setting up a small scale business. As I told you, there is no business that is small, because anywhere you want to invest your money, that's hard earned cash. So if you lose it, you'll have lost. So everyone loses on his capacity. So choosing a business idea is one of the considerations you need to look at before risking your money into business. So this will guide you on which product you need to, start, and also will guide you on which customers you are intending to serve. So we are not going to take long on this live, and if you're new here, I kindly consider subscribing. Subscribe, and maybe the next thing we can look at is choosing your location. So today I was also interacting with a certain client, and he was telling me that he wants to start a business in his home area, and he wanted some advice about how you can choose a business location. He always said there are two major considerations before you choosing a location for your business, and the number one among those is supply of raw materials. How hard is it to actually get materials for whatever you want to do? And if you see that it is easier for you to get materials, though the market could be far, you can choose to make that as a production base. Then you can transport your goods and services or material to finished products to the market. Most people do farming deep in villages because they are sure they have enough land there to do the grazing, and they take finished products. Maybe they take milk, they take beef, uh, you know, they take finished products to the market. So you can look onto how easy is it to access materials for your business, and that can aid you to choose a good location for your business. Number two is market. If in the area where you are putting the business, there are no raw materials for what you want to do, then definitely you'd look onto the market. Is there a market in a place where you want to start your business from? And the most important thing among these two things, why you should consider these two things, is to avoid double costing. Double costing simply means you having a production site in a place where there is no market and there are no materials. It means you transport raw materials to the production site, at the same time transport finished products to the market. So it will increase your production costs, and definitely that will make it hard for you to compete favorably in the market. So to avoid double costing, make sure you choose any of these two as a consideration for choosing a location for your business. Either there must be market in a place where you want to set your business, or there is raw material, but one of them must be there. Otherwise, there's what we call double costing, and that will eat your business in the next day. When costs of production increases, definitely they will force you to also increase the prices for your goods and services. And remember, that may make it so hard for you to compete in the market. And do you see your business collapsing the next day? Of course, yes. So you must be strategic before you choose the location for your business. Look into these two major things. Of course, there are other things you can consider, maybe like safety and security, and also maybe labor and weather condition, depending on the business that you want to operate. But majorly, there are two things that are so much connected to costs of production, and that is transport and access of raw materials. So look into that for you choose a business location. So for those who are watching me, please, you can consider subscribing, and I'm grateful to see you on this live. I'm grateful to see you on this live. Can they like the live, and you can share it? Share the live to your friends. Yes, share the life to your friends. Um, and more so, um, okay. So we are looking at the number 3 business tip. What is it that you're supposed to do before choosing your business? Because choosing any kind of business, whether it is little money or too much money, it's all about risking. So I would say maybe number 3 is hire the right people. Most small scale business people like hiring people they just know. And if you want to start a small business, most people look on to their family to be the immediate employees to enter the business. But that should not be the primary consideration for you getting someone on board. Just because they belong to your family, just because they are your relatives, just because they are your hobbies, just because you started with their friends, those are negligible points and things you have to consider when choosing the right employees. The right employees must be able to do or to perfectly do the work that you have hired them for. If you base on, he is my friend, he is my relative, I know them, we stay in the same area as a basis for hiring employees for your business, I guarantee that your business will collapse the next day. And these are the reasons behind. It's so hard to give instructions to those people. And I would say that never hire an individual you can't give instructions. And most times you find those are close friends, relatives, and people we know best because there is that respect we give them and we tend not to, you know, to give them instructions. And of course, if you have a business that doesn't follow rules, you're most likely going to close also the next day. I don't want to stay to take too much time on this live, but I would love to see you participating. I would love to see you participating. So, um, then maybe the other thing is be the owner of your business. Even if you hire excellent people that you trust, be there, to remotely monitor your business. And this can be maybe by setting some good systems. Set simple systems that can help you in, in monitoring your business. Set simple systems. At least people should sign in, sign out. If you can't have advanced systems, maybe like CCTV that can give you information, uh, introduce some simple systems for your business, and this will help you. This will help you, you know, to control what is happening in your business. You should know that something has gone wrong just by having defaults within your system. But if you don't completely have any system in your business, things will go wrong and you'll never know. And the only sign that will show you that things are not going on is your business collapsing. So you should put in some barriers that should notify you, that should give you signals that something is not going on well in your business by setting some simple systems. Try to set some simple systems that should guide you in your business. So be the owner, even though you have the people you trust so much in your business, make sure you remind the owner. Give your instructions, give your rules, and remotely monitor what activities are happening in your businesses. Maybe number five, I would say that start small. Fast stock kills a lot of businesses. Fast stock. Because when we want to start businesses, most times we have a lot of excitements, capital is available. So we presumably think that everything that we think about, every idea that we have works. And in actual sense, we find it is not the reality. Not everything will work for you. So remember not to fall in the category of death of a business by fast stock. Start by stocking little things. Later on, you can keep on improving your stock, but make sure don't allow fast stock to kill your business by stocking things that people do not want. And this, you can start this by observing and studying the market. Make sure you have enough market research that should guide you on which things you must stock at first in your business. Otherwise, you will stock things and they will not move, and the next day you will think that the business doesn't work yet. You did not do enough market research, and that led to the collapse of your business. So ensure have to be guided on which things you need to stock first. Then you can increase on an on-demand basis. When customers come and ask for something that you don't have, the following day, the other customers come and ask for something you don't have. You get to know that that thing has some demand, so you can stock it the next day. But it is not just about buying things we are interested in, because the next day we are not going to serve interests of ourselves. We are going to serve customers' interests. So we must stock the things that customers actually need. Yes. So so those are a few things we can look at for today. And I believe we have a few minutes here. Few minutes, I'll be leaving.